No, it's just upstairs. The gentleman at GS, the cashier guy, he asked me, we put on his papago, he was like, what do you guys do here? He's like, I only see you on the weekend.
Yeah.
So I said to him, there's a studio downstairs. Yeah. We record podcasts. I typed on his phone. And he didn't understand what a podcast was. So I was just like, we DJs. And he was like, that suits you. I was like, thanks, sir. Bye. Alrighty. So much soju in my life.
Maybe Axel wants some.
Okay. That's okay. You guys look so delish.
Right? That's what I saw when I came. I was like, you guys are so pretty.
Wow.
You too.
Oh, stop it. I have to wake up in the morning and put this face on.
Same.
It's not natural,
I did not wake up like this.
I did not wake up like this. This motherfucking Kenrick, you're going to listen to this episode, by the way, because he listens. You did not finish your shot, sir.
Is that it in the cup?
Down it, yeah.
You fake
you
international.
Can have a bottle?
Oh, my goodness.
Look, we stay drinking out in these streets.
Man. Okay. So,
what work are you doing?
I mean, like tomorrow.
Girl, it's literally 4 p.m.
Yeah, but you know how 4 p.m. turns to 8 to turns to
That's okay. Yeah, that's la vie.
You know what I'm saying? Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to another fun, amazing episode of
Soju
Black. It's me, Keeds, Keetanator, Keetatron, Keeds and Crates. I got the Keeds. Whatever you want to call me, that is me. And sitting across to me is your favorite South African co-host.
That's what's up. Big chachas.
Hello.
Hey guys, it's me, V.
AKA
V-Dog.
AKA
V-Dizzle.
AKA
Young Money, V-Money.
AKA
Big Dog. Hey. We stay killing it out in these streets.
Man, we're doing so good, man.
We're doing
good, sweetie. You're
really doing great, sweetie.
Thank you so much. And sitting to the right of me and to the left of V, we have this beautiful little flower sitting here. And
precious
we would like for you to introduce yourself, your name, where you're from. Just anything you want to say as you're part of your intro.
Okay, before she says anything, you guys brace yourselves.
Yeah, for the accent?
No, stop.
Okay, so my name is Sherazade. I'm
Beautiful.
from France, but I actually live in London.
I love how you said France.
I know,
and then
France.
London with the British accent.
Man, look at all these amazing. We have French accent, South African, and then tired ass American accent.
Don't be so hard on yourself, girl.
I try.
Yes. Guys, she's also really pretty.
Yes.
Might we add? You guys are gonna see her on our Insta stories.
Yeah, you'll see her in a second. Oh, we forgot to take a picture with Ken.
Ken, I'll message him. Tell him to come back.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's gonna eat. I'm sorry. Sherazade.
Oh,
so you're from France, you live in London.
I live in London.
Yeah.
I'm half Moroccan and half Congolese. I guess that's all I can
Where
say.
were you born?
In France.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Good for you. So your parents are Congolese?
My dad is Congolese. My mom is Moroccan.
Okay. I love a good African fusion. Yeah. It always works.
Always, no matter what, it's just always a win. It's always a win. How long have you been in London?
3 years.
3 years.
Actually, yeah. So it's been a kind of a long time, but not that long as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've been there for school internship, and that's how I actually wanted to go and live there.
That was going to be my next question.
Okay, so you went to London for studies.
It's perfect. There's never anything if you answer a question.
It wasn't
above.
really study. It was more so I was studying in France, and I had to do school internship for 2 months, 1 month. And I decided to go to London to do it. And then I actually fell in love with the city and decided to come.
Stay.
And it's not super far from home, right?
Yeah, that's what the best part of it.
Yeah.
It's if I want to go home to see my family.
Yeah.
For events or stuff like that, I can just go. It's the ticket is so cheap as well.
Train or
No, because I'm from south of France, so Bordeaux.
Okay.
I don't know if you know about that. But
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
The wine is the city of wine.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
how do you spell a Bordeaux? Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Oh, we pronounce that as Bordeaux, where I come from. That's why I'm wait, I'm confused.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. You gotta do the Bordeaux.
You gotta have that accent.
So sexy. Girl, I might just find a script online for you right now just to read it to us.
I don't even
know the next hour.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I did. I just did internship internship, and it's very close. Like the ticket can be like even sometimes 20 pounds, something like that. So I can just go.
It's 20 pounds.
A flight?
What's 20 pounds to dollars?
From south of France to London?
Yeah, sometimes.
Can somebody convert this, please?
20 pounds is like $200.
No. It's even like something like $20. Like it's almost the same, 20 pounds and $20.
I was going to say it was like 28, 32
yeah, something
maybe?
like that. Yeah, you can have like very cheap tickets.
So $20, that's like 200,000. You guys, let me tell you something. Living in Korea, it's so hard with the currency.
$20 is 20,000 won.
Oh, yes, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to deal with like South African rands and Algeria dollars as well, and Korean won. It's also confusing.
It's all
sometimes.
I understand, man.
And I'm going to Thailand in a couple of weeks, you guys. Nice. So I've been trying to deal with like baht too, but apparently I can just take annoying. Dollars.
I hate baht.
So I'm just taking dollars.
But I love Thailand. I'm sorry.
Bless.
Oh no, that's nice.
So 20 pounds just to go visit the fams.
Yeah, so it's nice. It's like 1 hour flight, something like that. Yeah. So it's very, very nice. Yeah.
I heard that's like the cool thing about living in Europe is just like how convenient and like close everything is in terms of travel.
Yeah, it is. It's actually easy.
Yeah. I mean, go Europeans.
I really want to go to Europe because like after I was thinking of like living in Korea, Europe was always kind of like my I want to go there before I move if I decide to go back home to the States.
I've always wanted to be a Londoner.
I really like same like maybe not London but like maybe like Spain. Yeah. I just want to go because I've seen like there's like a community of foreigners in Spain that teach and it's just like I want to do that.
You can speak a little bit of Spanish too.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to be a Londoner.
The Spanish I speak and the Spain Spanish, that's two different things.
Oh, okay.
Let's get it real. I speak Spanglish sometimes. Usually
like
while
the
drunk.
super washed Spanish.
I'm
like
the
it's gone
Kissimmee,
through
Puerto Rico.
Gotcha.
You know, that kind of Spanish.
What brings you to Korea, Miss Sherazade?
So basically I came actually last year as well, like just for holiday.
Yeah.
And actually really liked the place. And I wanted to come back just to visit basically. But at the same time, because I decided to come by myself at the beginning, I was like, oh, why not try to interview people and see how it is to actually live here? Because you can come for like 1 week, but actually when you actually live here, it's kind of different. So I wanted to know how it is to, and because being an expatriate as well in London, I know how it actually changed my life.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know how it is here.
How did you feel it changed your life being an expat?
In a lot of stuff. Well, basically, first,
especially in London.
Yeah. So,
because I mean, I would imagine it's a big challenge, but like,
coming basically because Bordeaux is like kind of a small city first. Compared, it's not Paris, for example. So it's kind of small. Plus, my
not
parents,
metropolitan, just.
It's like we have like literally like bus and tram. Yeah, so it's like just like we don't have like
small
the city's
town.
not
Small town.
big, yeah. And my parents are very protective as well. So it's like I couldn't even like if I wanted to go to a friend's house, I would have to be like, can I go to the And if my parents were like, no,
independence.
Did you grow up in France?
Yeah.
Completely.
Until like
your entire lives.
Yeah, my entire life. Yeah, just 3 years in London and that's it. But the rest in France.
So you never like lived in DRC or where else is Morocco?
Oh no, never,
Okay.
never. I used to go a lot during summertime, like holiday, but no, live only France.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so they were very protective. So everything, basically my parents would do it for me. So I would never like, before I actually moved to London, I never went to the bank by myself. I never went to the doctor by myself.
You were sheltered as fuck, girl.
I was literally like,
Must be nice. My parents were like, oh, you can walk now. Straight into the deep end. There you go, girl.
Like, Mom, I'm 3. Yeah, but
like,
you grown.
please love me.
That's a grown ass 3.
Yeah. That's nice.
Shut up, B. I hate who you are, dog.
Yes,
So your independence, you would say, you definitely got a level of independence that clearly you didn't have at home.
Yeah.
What was the hardest adjustment?
It wasn't really that was like surprised me because I wasn't expecting it to be like so fast, like so easy to learn.
Fast life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, London, like to actually live in London is so easy compared to France. Like in France, we like paperwork, like everything. You have to bring paper, you have to bring like proofs. In London, it's like in 1 day you can open a bank account.
You have it on your phone? We got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's just very different. Whereas in France, like it's very, very complicated. So maybe if I was by myself in France, I would have struggled. But in London, I was like, oh, it's actually easy.
It's like, pretty easy because it's a big city and it's like
it's a tech city, basically.
Yeah.
So you would obviously find it easy to adjust because you are the millennials of the tech world.
So it was
good for you.
Kind of easy. Plus, I didn't go by myself, but
Your sister went with you?
no. So at the beginning, I actually went with my best friend.
Oh, okay.
And then she actually, like, for 2 months we were just two, and then like literally after the 2 months we were like 5. So it was like it wasn't that difficult as well.
Yeah.
But
you had support.
Yeah. So it was nice.
Do you? How do you feel about sharing your age? How old are you, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm actually 25.
Samesies, girl. Mid-20s, that's what we live for.
Stop looking at me.
25 forever.
Stop looking at me, bro.
You're 25 and you're a well-traveled young lady. So just to give you guys a little background story, Sherazade, I'm going to say your name like that every time because you deserve it.
Yeah, it's what she deserves. Exactly.
She hit us up on our Instagram. I can't even remember what
it's because Tana. She knows Tana.
Ah, okay,
Tana.
cool. And then she told us about, like, you know, she travels and you're working on this project where well, I've decided to name it the Global Youth Project for some reason. I don't know why. But could you tell us a little bit more about that? So she slid into our DMs and told us about that, by the way. So tell the people, what's that about? What do you do? How did it start?
So basically, as you just said, I like to travel. I really like to travel. And when I actually, and I love reports as well, like documentaries, like I love that so much. But I started to get bored and I was like, there is nothing, or maybe I watched everything, but I was like, there is nothing to watch anymore. And I like cultural, like basically to see how people live abroad, and I can't find anything interesting. And I continue, so I travel. And
what, in terms of documentaries?
Yeah, in terms of documentaries. But
not like YouTube videos, those are all just pretty much
but
the
thing
same.
is like, because YouTube video is going to be like, you have vlogs and stuff like that. But
and it's like personal experiences. You want the meaty, like get deep into the thing.
Yeah, I want to. And plus, even like on YouTube, when I actually, so I'm going to take an example, but in April, with my sister, we went to Ivory Coast. And I really love Africa. Like, I wish I could travel more there. Yeah.
You boy. Let me know if you ever come to South Africa, girl. I'll show you around. I got you, boo.
I will. But yeah, so we went to Ivory Coast, and it was actually the first time since a long time that I actually went back to Africa. And my friend's sister showed us around, and I was surprised because I saw stuff there and I was just like amazed, and I was like, how come I didn't even know that people were doing that? Like a group of young people creating events, doing fashion brand, accessories, everything, like DJ. And I was like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Yeah. And I wish more people would know about that, you know, because I feel
there's a big reason why they don't.
They don't want you to know.
They don't want you to know. Exactly.
That's the main issue, because I was like, okay, a lot of like people travel, for example, in America, Asia, but I don't hear a lot of people saying, oh, I want to go in a country in Africa, apart from Morocco, because Morocco is now like, but it's
that
not
is
the same.
Very true.
And I was like, it's so
media.
Sad.
Media has controlled people's ideas to have this perception of what Africa is.
Yeah.
Like if you go everywhere outside of Africa, they have Africa's poor. Like there's nothing going on there. And that's it's what we have been taught for so long.
Yeah.
It's like,
I've
I want to go there.
legit been asked by an older man from America if we have working infrastructures in South Africa. Like, do we have roads? Do we have skyscraping buildings? And I'm like, dude, just go, like, turn on your TV, Google.com. It's not that hard. And I think a lot of people still, for some odd reason, still stick to that mindset of like what I was taught in school, or like, you know, the way I was raised. That's what's up. But like, no one cares to like look beyond and do their own research, because the world is bigger than like what you're taught ever.
But you know, honestly, I don't know if this is the same thing for you guys, but like I didn't really start looking deeper until I started traveling, until I had to force myself to know, like, you know, because you're taught this thing for X amount of years. Like, I'm not going to like, this is what I know, you know? Like, they're not going to tell me Africa is this poor country and it not be this poor country. Same shit I've learned for the last 20 plus years. And then I traveled outside of the country and I'm like, wow, Korea is not anything like I was expecting.
Like what she saw on
you know,
TV,
like the way that these presidents and the way that like our government has been run, I legitimately thought Korea was like this terrible place, you know? Well, I mean, I still moved here, so I might be crazy, but
you did your research, girl.
I did my best. And so like, I had to figure out, wow, traveling really just opens
It
really
does.
just forces you to look past what you've been taught, you know?
And
So
I
that's
think that
probably why.
traveling in itself is like the biggest or the best teacher, really.
Best.
Because
Absolute best.
just sitting in a room and being told, ooh, Africa flies on a kid's face, UNICEF,
If I hear one more
Ebola.
and it was like that one kid with the flyer. It's like, bruh, if y'all don't cut this out,
They literally pay that fly.
that fly is on a bankroll.
To be on
That
UNICEF,
fly checks in and checks out every day. Punk ass
But
fly.
it really do be like that. And also, so we're teachers, or you know this by now.
Yeah.
And we are, our Korean kids are so sheltered.
Yeah.
We spoke about that in the previous episode with our last guest. They're so sheltered that they literally don't know anything outside of what they've been taught in that small circle, in this small circle of like just Korea. So like I do anything and everything I possibly can to get my kids to think outside the box.
Yeah.
So a simple example would be like, if you could travel anywhere in the world, literally the world, where would you go? A lot of kids, and it fucking irritates me. A lot of them go, I would want to go to Busan. I'm like, bruh.
That close? Okay.
Do you understand? I said world. And then I go off on them and I'm like, bruh, the world is bigger than just Korea. There is more of life outside there that you can experience and
if they
enjoy.
don't say something within the Korea, it's always New York. It's always
always
New York.
New York,
New York.
100%.
New York. And I love New York.
Yeah.
I stay in New York, but I'm like, bro, once you get out of Manhattan, you're in the hood. You're going to
the cool thing
Bronx,
is
you're going to Brooklyn.
There are some like rich kids.
Yeah,
So they
a lot.
travel and they've been to like Singapore, they've been to maybe some like
Guam,
Australia, Guam, Vietnam, like they
Italy.
travel around. So
Yeah.
those are the kids that I find are actually the most like creative and most like fun to teach.
Yeah.
And like that's what I want everyone to like.
But they're also
It's-
kids.
They are also kids,
They're
but
also
that's
kids.
what I'm trying to break. Even though
Yeah.
I'm just there to teach them English, I'm
Yeah.
also trying to like make their lives a little bit more like informed.
But you
know?
just being
Like,
their teacher is informed. Like you just existing in yourself, in your body, in your like that's teaching them.
That's for like myself, for example, like my personality. For them, they're just like, you're wild. Like my kids literally call me crazy teacher.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? That's okay. I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna stay crazy. Give me a word, any word. They'll throw a word at me, and I'll start singing a song with that word in it. You know, like I'm literally just like, I am gonna show you a whole new world within myself.
Yeah, but that's
That you have never experienced, and they love that. I love that they appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, girl, I am all here for your travels, but
Where
who
do
pays
you
for
want
these
to travel
travels?
to next?
Who pays for these travels?
So I actually went to Tokyo as well this week.
Yeah,
it was nice.
I was just in Tokyo this week. Maybe I'll spend Sunday in Seoul. Who knows?
How was Tokyo? I love Tokyo. I like
Tokyo's
it's.
She dies
I love
for
Tokyo
it.
so much. How did you enjoy or like Tokyo?
Basically, same. It was the second time as well. But Tokyo is like very entertaining city. Like just to walk around and looking.
Just walking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
already
everything.
so
yeah.
much. Yeah. So I really, really like it. Yeah, shopping and like going to those crazy restaurants and
The robot restaurant?
Yeah, I went there. Oh my god, that was so nice. I was literally like, my mouth was open during the time. I was like,
What is happening? It's
I thought it was a club. It's a restaurant?
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
restaurant.
Ah.
yeah.
It's confusing, but it's just like okay.
It was amazing. And plus, when you look at this, you literally, I'm in Japan for sure, because this kind of stuff, even the stuff that they will make, I feel like in Europe, for example, people will find it cringy, but there, because it's their culture, it's like amazing. Like, oh my god, that's so funny. That's so.
But Japanese people are known to be artistic as fuck.
Oh, I love Japan.
Like, they are so expressive, and I fucking love
it.
that.
I love how different it is, because you've been to Korea now and you've been to Japan, and there's such a big difference in the people. Like, aside from the culture, clearly there's a big, anime is a very big thing in Japan, but like just like the people are a lot, I don't say livelier, but it's like a different aura.
Like, it feels more like they are themselves, and they're not being
a little bit
forced
more
to live in-
individualistic.
very individualistic.
There you go.
I get you.
Yes, thank you. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. That's all she can say. She's been learning Korean for how long?
Don't disrespect
How are your classes going?
my life. We're here with Sherazade, so let's move on. All right, so
Fair
let's see.
Also, why are you in Seoul? Why are you in Seoul this weekend, this week?
So just because, so it's actually, my sister is here with me now.
Yeah.
But at the beginning it wasn't planned.
Sis, say hi to the people.
You want to come on the mic real quick? Give a shout out, please.
Here, you guys.
What's up? Another beautiful, drop dead beautiful human being here. It's like, it's not fair. Like
we've been blessed. It's been a blessed Sunday for us out here. So just like, yo.
Okay, my apologies.
As you were.
So basically, I was actually, I wanted to come back to Seoul and Tokyo.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go with someone, and then nobody wanted to come. Like, literally everybody was like, oh, I don't know, maybe I need to go somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. So at the beginning, I wanted to go Ghana, but I was supposed to go by myself. So I was like, maybe I'm not going to start with Ghana by myself. Let's go somewhere I liked. I felt like I didn't see everything yet, and I will be comfortable in, and I still need to see stuff. So I decided to come back to Seoul and Tokyo for that reason. And then this idea of documentary as well came back, and So yeah, that's why.
So you're making an actual documentary at this point.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So not even just like a little YouTube video.
No.
But like you're gathering intel from all over, and you're gonna. That's amazing.
Do you have a YouTube page now?
Basically, there is nothing on it yet.
Okay.
But the name is gonna be La Source. So I don't know how in English La Source is like the source, basically.
Oh, I was like, it sounds like you're saying sauce.
La Source.
S-O-U-R-C-E.
Yeah.
But it means
the source.
Oh, the source.
As in like, I got you. I'll give you the information that you're looking for.
I thought you said la sauce.
La sauce.
Like
la sauce.
Like, I got the sauce. I was like, okay, that goes
you
too.
saucy?
I like that.
Nah.
La sauce. Okay,
La
but
sauce,
la
yeah.
sauce.
I like that.
Okay.
But there is nothing yet on it because like it's gonna be the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I'm actually doing video editing and stuff, I was like, you know what, it's a way for me to even practice more, and as well because, as I said, I love documentary report.
Yeah.
It's like to
Video editing. Sorry. Video editing as like your job. That's what you.
So actually, I just left my work to actually start to do freelancing.
Okay.
Video editing.
Yeah, that's where the money's at, girl. You gotta get your name out there. That's where the money's at.
That's a scary venture that you're doing, leaving your job and becoming your own entrepreneur. So let's give her a round of applause. The whole audience
it really
studio.
means you're believing in yourself and you're just like,
good
fuck
for
it, I'll
you,
take that leap.
that's hard, because that's kind of like where I'm stuck, because I'm like, I don't want to teach the rest of my life.
Oh yeah,
I love my kids, but come on, let's be real. And it's like I am more of a creative, and it's just like I'm terrified to take that step, because I'm like, I need a check. I need, like a for sure thing. So that's why I had to give you a round of applause. Yeah, that's a good thing.
It was actually difficult.
Yeah.
But it's like basically I realized so many, like during that year, since I turned 25, basically I started to think a lot, and I started to be scared
100%.
Like how life can go and blah, blah. And then I was like, I need to change something. I could feel like I felt like I wasn't really living.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, then make
something
a decision.
happens when you turn 25.
Yeah.
There's a shift.
What is this shift?
There's
and you know what?
shift
It's
when you
real
turn
because
25.
I've been told about it.
No, it's what, and I was telling our friend Shauna, because she was 24, and she was just
was
like,
so
I was like
depressed.
super like, no, this is before, like she wasn't even thinking about it. I was just like, listen, because I was just like, I'm not trying to go out as much, like I need to focus, and she was just like, like have fun. I was just like, listen, when you turn 25, there's a shift. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to put into words.
It's that
and then
quarter of a
literally
century
the
vibe.
day she turned 25, she was like, oh my gosh, my life. Like, what am I doing? Like, I need to, it's just like, I'm getting closer to 30, you know, like I have X amount of years left in my 20s, and I don't want to be 30 doing the same thing that I was doing at 21. It's a big change.
I feel like it's definitely very stressful, like shifting from one decade to another.
Yeah.
Like it's
scary.
It's a lot because
it's scary.
It's always those things that like your parents tell you when you're like 10 or 11. You're like, that'll
or
never
18
be me.
when you're in high school or college. Yeah.
Like wait until you get a job and you'll see how hard it is. Well, Mom, I'm going to be working for myself, so I'm not going to experience the hardships till you get that waitressing job, and then you have to like level 5 trades on the only 2 arms you have.
Do we all
in the
work
world.
as a server or a bartender?
I was a bartender, a waitress
I was a
for
server, bartender
7,
for
8 years.
Oh, I never did that kind
Oh,
of.
you should.
What did you do? What was your like teenage getting into working life job?
So I actually started
Please
to
don't
work.
tell me something cute.
I'm
Don't
gonna be
say
like,
something
no,
cute because I'm
her
gonna cry right
family
now.
has money. I feel it. She never had to work.
No.
And I'm out.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
It's not even that. It's just that in France, actually, when you're young, it's not easy like that to work.
Oh.
So it's only like when you're 16, you can work only during summertime.
Okay.
And it's only like kind of like, how do you call this? Like a corn, like picking up corn or grapes. Because
so only certain things.
Yeah, but I didn't do that as well because it's like actually very difficult to find a job when you're young. Yeah. So my actually first job I had was in London. When I moved to London 3 years ago, that's the first time I worked, and I was working in retail.
Okay. Well, that's another one.
That's another thing that teaches you about life.
Retail,
oh my gosh,
the call center.
Say less. I know. Retail was.
No, it's hard. I mean, no.
So you did the whole like folding of the t-shirts, and then some fucking whore comes past, picks it up and goes, "It's not my size," and then like folds it the wrong way.
Double XL, man. Please put down that small rack. That's a small rack. You don't even need to be looking. You know what? Go ahead. It's like, bruh, I can't.
It's hard. And then the rude customers sometimes like, no, it's hard. I mean, retail.
Look, that's the shit that builds personality. That's the shit that makes you resilient, and you learn how different human beings are in the world. And honestly, I would never like give away my service industry experiences for anything in the world.
You learn so much.
Like also like where I worked for most of my, like for 5 years, I waitress / bartender at a very popular African restaurant in Cape Town, which attracted a lot of foreigners. So in that restaurant alone, like I learned about how like Koreans act, Chinese people, the European people, like other African people, North African people. It was people from all over the world. And, you know, just in that short space of like an hour, 2 hours, I learned the little intricacies about people from all over the world. And it's so...
It's like, important.
It is so important.
It's important because like when you go out of the country, because this is my first time living outside of the country, alone. Because I was raised until I was 7 in Jamaica. So I'm an American. I was born in America, but raised till I was 7 or 8 in Jamaica, and then came back to the States and been here since I moved here. So like, I know when I was working as a server and a bartender, they would be like, I worked at another place that was very popular for international people, and just learning how to speak with them and like talk to them helped me a lot here. I never even thought I was like building my resume, if you may, you know, like in terms of being able to like talk and just like understand complete differences from people. So I agree with that. Are you taking
it? It is very important. And it's not even just about like, you know, the people you meet, but like the experiences and like the knowledge that you get for yourself as an individual. You know, that's why like I will push my kids, if I ever have kids one day, to go out into that world of get you a job, retail service, fucking sweep the streets, whatever it
something
is.
hard.
Like that experience that you need to learn for yourself that I can't give to you. We're blessed, you guys. We really are.
I agree. I wouldn't change it because there's still some. Do you have family and friends back home that don't understand why you're still traveling? They're like, get a job, settle, marry,
like relax.
Literally, No, even like the first travel, like even like just the destination I will choose. You know, they'll be like, why there? Like just go Morocco. I don't know. I just go like, but. No, actually, at the beginning, people were like, why do you need to go abroad to work? You can just work here. Like, your family is here. So they're going to be like, it's not nice for your parents. You're leaving your parents, Or they will be like, oh, why are you going that far? Or you don't just want to go to Paris if you want a bigger city. Or Or after, as I said, for the traveling, it's going to be just like, oh, why all the way to Seoul? Why all the way to Tokyo? Yeah. But I feel like the more I'm going, the more people actually understand and the more people want. And I feel like my generation, like my cousin and everybody wants to go as well now. And
they understand more.
So now it's more like the uncles, auntie,
older generation that they still don't get it. They're like, why aren't you married with kids already?
Literally, like it's the time right now. Like they're gonna be like, why you don't want to build a family? You don't want to? But I don't know. It's not something that I have.
I will on my timeline, not yours.
Literally. So
that's something that I feel like a lot of people that are expats we go through, where it's like people back home or like you said, the older generation. They're like. So when all of this, like, it's like when this phase of your life is done, you know, like you're in a phase. You're
it's
like,
always a phase.
Why is it a phase? Like, why can't I just be enjoying and experiencing and loving what I'm doing? Like, I don't ever, like, no one ever talks about people that have kids at 25 and marry, you know, because like that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, why can't this be what I'm supposed to do? You know, like, it's so annoying that expat life is like, people just think it's like I said, a phase. It's like, I'm living my life here. I'm starting a business here. I'm doing things here that I could be doing back home, but may take me longer, you know, because I'm one of 30,000 people that are like me in another country. Yeah. And I don't want to say it's easier, but it's like there's a more opportunity here for me to do what I want because it's like, oh, okay, this person is different, you know, like
boundary breaking.
Exactly,
kinda.
You know,
and it's not to say it's an easy route because like there's not so many people, black girls out here that are doing this, but it's just it feels like it's actually more of a challenge, if anything, because what you don't understand is like you want to be like so big, but like for example for us, our community is mostly foreigners in Korea. And there aren't a lot of foreigners in Korea compared to how many Koreans there are in Korea. Yeah. So it's more of a challenge trying to like break out and, you know, touch that one Korean who will now start spreading, you know, the word about like Soju Black. And, you know, they'll start listening to our podcast and be more informed about the shit that we go through, you know.
But I feel like it's always going to be foreigners. And if it's probably not even mostly foreigners here, it's foreigners back home.
Even back, exactly.
Like a lot of, if you, do you look at your analytiks in terms of like people that are like,
who's
following you and
really not really. I mean, just no.
So us, it's mostly just nosy people back home.
It's South Africa, and that's what I'm saying though. But that's what people want. People back home or people that are from your small city. They're looking at you and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool." You know, like expats, we know, like, "Oh, cool, they went to Japan. Cool, they went to Thailand." You know, like that's regular for us. But for the people back home in your small city, especially, they're like, "Wow, she's traveling. She's doing all of this cool stuff." Like. They're looking at your stuff.
No.
As like motivation, you can probably.
See, like, your stories, like who's watching, like the first ones to watch.
And it's the same person.
Like, always, you're like, wow.
Don't you sleep?
It is 2:00 back home. Why are you up watching me, dog?
Yeah, no, I think it's because, like, as you said, like most of the people, they will be scared as well too.
Yeah.
Because I know some people that actually, when I used to get along with them, and actually when I was young, they will say, "Oh, I want to do that. I want to travel. I want to do that." But then I can see they're not doing it because they're scared still to do it. But I'm doing it, so they are living through me, kind of. You know, they're watching, like But
how about that jealousy then?
Look,
do you feel
I think as well, but. It's you
can't control how other people feel towards you, bro. And you're like, if you want to talk about something, and it's not like this is a thing that like a lot of my friends and I talk about back home is how we all went to the same school, we all had the same education. Okay, granted, maybe family life 100% not the same, but we basically all grew up in the system that taught us essentially the same thing. So there are some of us who talk about, you know, traveling the world and wanting to do this and that, and we don't have the funds, or even like no one would ever think that we'd be those kids traveling and actually leaving the country. And then there are those kids who are privileged as fuck, have all the money in the world, could travel if they want to, go live abroad if they want to, but they're the ones that are like, I don't know, this is too I'm not leaving home, it's comfortable, I don't want to do this.
People are fearful. So they're scared.
That fear, So it's nice to talk about it and think about it, but now when it comes to packing that suitcase and jumping on the plane, it's a different situation.
Because going back to like people thinking of like, and a lot of like people that are successful say this, like people talk down because they can't do it, you know, like where it's like it's not even that they don't. Like it's not like that they don't want to support you. They're just like, how are you gonna make this work? I've never seen anyone in my family that can do it. What makes you think you can make it?
It's really like, just about that, having that special thing within yourself as a person. If you don't have that thing that pushes you to like, you know, be better, do better, live, then you always live in that fear. And also people are comfortable. A lot of people are just way too comfortable with where they are. And like for me,
that's
I don't like comfort. No. Comfort scares the shit out of me.
Like the routine and everything, like nothing special is happening. Everything was already, you know, because when you're young, you already think like me, I thought that by 25 I will be married, having kids, all of that, you know. So if you're just following this, it's easy. Like, I mean, it's easy if you have this personality. Me, I know I would have been depressed. I know myself, I would have been like, oh my God, no, I can't.
Can I ask your sign really quickly?
My sign?
Yeah.
Pisces.
Pisces. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, my favorite people are Pisces.
I like to read into it, but I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
You would be depressed if you were 25 with kids.
And I mean, I don't see myself living like how I was seeing myself like when I was young. But at the same time, when you're young, you see yourself living that like that because you see like your uncle, auntie. That's
I
how
stay getting drunk on my own. Nobody's drinking with me.
You see your family doing what you thought you were to be doing.
Yeah. So. Yeah, like by 21, maybe you already found the one that with who you're gonna get married, and then you build your family. You have a small job in the city, and then you're just like going on holiday sometimes in the summer, like in Spain or Morocco or something like that. So I thought my life would have been like that. Like when I was young, that's my life was supposed to be. Yeah. But actually, not really, because now that I remember growing up. At some point, I wanted to go to live in the United States. I wanted to go study. So I think I always had this small thing inside me that I wanted to discover.
You wanted more.
You
wanted more.
But even now, sometimes when I walk in London and I'm like, oh, I actually live abroad. Like, for me, it's like a different life as well. Like, I feel like when I'm going back home in Bordeaux, that is another life, like back to my old life. And then when I travel, it's like another life. And then when it's so
it's
weird.
Thrilling. It's a thrill.
It's such a dope feeling, man. It's so cool because you can literally, I don't want to say you're different people because you're still the same. You're just different versions of yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're able to just express yourself differently and be more open and be more free and just like.
And also you see the world through different eyes and you take that back with you. Like, it's where you came from. And I feel like people also feel that energy about you. Like, there's something worldly about this child.
So when you go back home,
interesting.
Speaking of that, when you go back home, because now you're like traveled the world, you're done this by yourself, you're not stuck in the 25 with kids and married. When you go home, do you feel the people that you grew up with? Are you still in contact with your friends from back home?
So my friend, actually the only friend with who I am still in contact.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe 2 or 3, and they actually live in London with me.
Oh, okay. So they're
like
also
my closest friends.
Yeah.
But I don't have a lot of friends. But then all the people with who I thought I would still be in contact today and with who I was like so close, I don't talk to them. And even the fact that I just see that they're watching my story annoys me. Like I'm like, please stop watching. Like I don't feel comfortable because I know, like when
Girl,
you
you can block them from watching your stories, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I want
you to see what I'm doing, bitch.
No.
I'm out here. I'm in Japan. I'm in Tokyo. What you doing?
That's what's up.
What you doing? Picking up corn. Ain't no shade.
Sometimes it's not even that. It's like because I feel like it's negativity coming from
Like it's not watching it out of like, oh, I'm so proud of you. It's watching it out of like envy.
What is she doing?
I
understand.
And plus, I know people. You can block them. They will notice you block them. They will create another account.
It's like might as well just let them.
Yeah,
so that's time. They're not traveling the world. They have time.
Yeah, literally.
No shade to the people back home.
No shade, you guys.
This is entertainment, but also facts.
But wait, before we move on, I still have a thought that's lingering in my head. You said a few minutes ago about how, if you still live back home at the age of 25, and the one word you used was how my life should have been, married with kids already. And I'm still like holding on to that word when you said should.
Oh.
And that's, no, but like the only reason I'm holding on to it is because like we all are raised in like, well, not all, but a lot of people, Jesus, when I have guests, I literally forget about the microphone because I like to have conversations.
We're not just sitting down at a bar, bro.
Like I don't want to be like
we're trying to have a good podcast.
So when I was raised, and it's so impersonal, so I forget about the mic. Sorry, guys. But basically, like what I'm trying to get at is, so a lot of people have that like society of what you should do mindset, and a lot of people don't know how to get out of that bubble, which for me is like so heartbreaking because I see a lot of my friends who live by that like should life. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, okay, granted, maybe some people, sometimes they're happy with the should life, but I'm like, the world is bigger than like what you have here, besides like watching international movies and going onto YouTube, like you have the capacity to actually travel, leave the country, like, and it's not to say that, okay, they don't have other things planned for their money. I get that. But like when you don't have that vision to actually explore the world at all ever on like your map, I'm like, where did you go wrong?
But you just doing what you're doing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but you just doing what you're doing, which is just living your life, being in. Yeah. That's, you don't even realize how many people you're motivating just like by
breaking
watching
that mold of should.
They're helping. You know? You're helping to spark the idea in people's minds. Like,
for sure.
Okay, she did it. Yeah. We were raised in the same city.
Yeah. Sure.
We literally went to the same schools, and she found out how to do it. Yeah. So like I'm telling you just living your life is like literally, because I've had a lot of friends write me, how did you get to Korea? A lot. And like, this is not even just like one or two. This is a lot. This is like, how did you do it? How much money did you save? Like, can you talk about it in the podcast? I'm like, oh, cool. Like, you know what? It's not even like you're thinking about it. You're just like, I'm living my, in my head, I'm like, I still got so much work to do to get to the person I want to be.
This is not even my destination.
This isn't even my full form. You know? Like, I'm at the level 1 Pokemon right now. Like, I haven't I'm not my Charizard.
I'm the best yet, and yet my best is yet to come.
Bars.
That's what's up. Who said that? Lil Weezy?
I don't know, one of them.
Lil Wayne.
It don't matter.
That's what's up.
So I want you to, because we're gonna wrap up soon, but I want you to leave our podcast with some like parting words. What would you like to tell our podcast viewers about traveling, or what would you just inspire our people? Because you're very inspiring.
But while you're also on that question, tell us about the vision that you see for your documentary, the impact.
Both of those questions, double.
Yeah. Go into it. Yeah.
Okay, so first I would say, like, please travel the world, because it opens your mind so much. Like, you learn so much about people, but about yourself as well. Because every travel I do, I feel like I'm learning learning new stuff about myself.
Like,
I didn't even know I was this person. It's so cool.
Plus, if you have the chance to travel by yourself as well, please try to do it at least once, because you learn so much. And then my vision for my documentary is basically I just had enough about like what people show us in documentary. I just want to show what I see and the amazing stuff that I see, just to push people to travel more. And I just want to push people to travel more. And let's be more curious, and like be more inspired about like the world in general. There is so many nice stuff to see. So I just want to show that to people, so they're less scared, I guess, to travel to some place. Because I really want to do that most in Africa, because I feel like that's the place where there is a lot of stuff that nobody sees.
Very misunderstood. Very misunderstood. I think that Africans, honestly, we are misunderstood as a nation, not even just like as individual countries anymore. So, you know, for all the Americans and Koreans that think Africa is one country, this is for you.
And I think Africa's a country. It's
Africa,
a continent, guys.
As one country, we are so misunderstood.
No, but you're not even a country.
No, but this is what that's the girl.
Oh, okay. I was like, but V, you're South African. Why don't you know you're not a country?
But I mean, like Africa, for example, is like, you know, I think considered one of the poorest countries. I mean, sorry. Fuck, now I'm on that shit. Continents in the world. That's why the Western media can say so much shit about us and get away with it, because we are not strong enough to like come back and like fight for ourselves. But the cool thing that I really, really love about where I come from is how a lot of like the creative youths where I come from in South Africa are starting to make themselves seen and be heard and be like, look, this is me, this is where I come from. What you see in the Western media, that's not my fucking country, yo. And like YouTubers from Ghana, from Mozambique, those guys are killing it, bro. Like
social media, man. Shout out to social media. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing, but also one of the most beautiful things.
I hate and well-educated.
I hate and love it. It's literally like a love and hate relationship, because I'm now realizing how impactful just having people from all over the country have social media be like, this is what's happening right now. Stop with your CNN, your Fox, your whatever news. Stop. This is what's happening. I have it. I'm here. I live it.
Like I love following. I follow a few Nigerian YouTubers, Ghanaian YouTubers, and you know, like with those countries specifically, and also Congolese YouTubers, especially Congolese YouTubers actually, because they're so fucking entertaining, so full of energy all the time.
I didn't even know that there was like a lot of like I never watched I need to watch that.
But so people, let's take the DRC for example, right? It's well known for like the war in the country, and you know, like a lot of unhappiness and shit, but there's also so much beauty in that country that Western media would never share with you because they want you to think that they're better than everyone else in the world. So look at this African country that's struggling and they have a war, and forget about all the other beauty that's going on. And these YouTubers, these millennials, our people, us, we are opening people's eyes in this world to be like, nah, bruh, this is not my country. This is not what it is right now. Like,
we're really as much as people like to say like we're like the amoeba of the world, we're not. So we're gonna close this out now, guys. I hope you had a good time with us.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Thank you so much for coming and for being here and sitting down with us. And we're actually going to go record something for her documentary now.
Yes.
So we want you to go ahead and plug your Instagram, your YouTube, your Twitter, whatever you want to use. So, sis, you can come on the mic after she's done and you can plug yours too, okay?
So my Instagram, Sherazade MTG. Do I spell it?
You probably.
Okay, SHERAZADE MTG.
Good. And when she says Z for you uncultured people, that's Z.
It's Z. It's
to the American, mostly the Americans, because everybody else says
relax.
Z.
It's Z.
Listen, I know this, all right? I'm saying to the non-cultured Americans, because I know that's where y'all at.
Z.
Okay, Z.
And I don't. So the YouTube channel is gonna be La Source. So LA space SOURCE. And I don't have Twitter. And
same.
Yeah.
Sissy, come on, sis, on the mic, please. She was recording us, so
big
she's
sis
out here
or
working.
small sis?
She's the biggest. I'm the smallest.
Yeah, I don't look like it, but I'm the
No,
biggest.
you guys look like the same age. I didn't know.
Difference.
Okay.
Half difference.
Okay, so the same age. Go ahead, sis.
So I don't have social media, but it's my birthday. Yeah.
Hey! Wait, when were you going to tell us it's your birthday?
When was this at the beginning of the show?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Sherazade, how dare you bring
I
your
feel
sister to work for you
bamboozled.
on your
Sister.
birthday?
No. Wow, I feel disrespected. So you guys should know me. It's at Miss Keeds. And you can also follow us at the Soju Black and V.
I'm your daddy, Zefling, still private as fuck. Don't ask me anymore.
She's hiding stuff
We
from
love
us.
you guys.
We love you guys so much.
We
Thank you
appreciate
guys
you.
so much for coming in.
And Sherazade, big sis, happy
Thank
birthday.
you. And also, happy
you for
birthday.
coming.
Why are you telling us this now? Guys, we're going to give a round of applause, all right?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. We love you guys. Bye-bye.